good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is your friend, your mentor, your guide for your PgMP and PfMP. I'd like to welcome all of you to join this session. And I'm very excited that today we're going to talk about more information about PgMP and PfMP. So if you have been joining this session, you know what this covers. So actually, this is our fifth session for the PgMP and PfMP information session. So first of all, I like to acknowledge, PMI Queensland chapter. They are the one who initiated this whole series. They are to be requested to get started or talk about this PgMP, PfMP, purely because the knowledge in this space is very, very limited. A lot of people have, myths around what to do, what not to do, and we need to know what are the steps you can take to pass exam in the shortest possible time. And PMI, the global, has been encouraging me to do these sessions, and thanks to PMI for that, giving me opportunity to talk about these two very, very important certificates. So if you have watched the previous webinar, you know what I'm talking about, and this is lots of information here, and about, of course, say what to do on the. But we'll have some questions to go through, and you want to learn from those questions as well. And then later on, there are a few questions which have been frequently asked questions. I'm going to answer those questions as well. And you have flexibility, or you have a luxury to ask me question at any time, whether I've already asked in previous session or not, or anything related to PgMP, PfMP, I will be happy to talk about them. And yeah, you let me give you as much as you want from these sessions. Okay, so with no further delays, I like to acknowledge you to join this program and your passion to learn and passion to grow yourself with the PgMP or PfMP. So who am I? Who you're seeing at the moment? So look, there are a lot I can talk about. The most important thing is I have been teaching project, program, and portfolio management. It's now a long time. Actually, when 2009, 2010, 9, when I was part of PMI Sydney chapter as a certification director, that's where I got into the PgMP, and then I started teaching PgMP as part of the chapter. And before I realized, I started doing these webinars and training courses in Sydney and many parts of the Sydney, Australia and other part of the world. So as you probably know, I have contributed to the success of 471 PgMP so far, and the latest one I think 2 days ago. And this guy passed the exam in 2 hours, and for all above target. So this is my 11th PgMP out of 471 who has not only completed the exam with all above target, but completed the exam in 2 hours, or under 2.5 hours. And why I'm talking about this exciting, the 2.5 hours, what to do with that? Actually, that gives you the confidence that the learning and teaching I'm going to give you will make you to pass the exam and do your, not only pass exam, but give you, very smooth and exciting journey. PfMP, if you have been following me, my success story is 122 PfMPs, and we're looking at the number, ratio 471 out of around 5,000, 4,800, and 122 out of 13, 14, 1,500 PfMPs. So around 10% of global numbers, they have trusted me, and they've gone all the way and completed the exam. And many things you can see here. Yes, I got an award, and I was part of PMI, and I have a passion to teach yoga. And sooner or later, I will be starting virtual yoga classes, and hopefully you can join those programs as well. Anyway, so this session is not about yoga, it's more about how can you better prepare for passing the PgMP and PfMP. So this is 5th session. As you probably have seen, that we have 4 other sessions. Actually, I have already shared the links. Let me share again the links of the 4 previous sessions. So if you have not watched, if you've not seen them before, please go through them. There's lots of learning in those sessions. Anyway, so moving on. So what are the key takeaway from this session? Of course, Okay, perfect. Thank you for telling me. All looking good. Perfect. So what are we going to talk about? Yes, we're going to have some recaps in what we have talked about in the previous sessions, and we'll talk about PMBOK. Yes, PMBOK 7th edition. Why PMBOK? When we talk about PgMP, PfMP, yes, that's a very important question. I will tell you why. And we'll talk about test format, the type of question you're going to see in PgMP exam and PfMP exam, and how to check that you're ready to pass exam. Very, very important. And what you should do to prepare for your exam, and how can you stay positive and do your job, as best as you should. Some test taking suggestion, then we have some questions, and we look at the trend numbers and some sample questions and frequently asked questions. So session number 1, this was done, 4 months ago, or 5 months ago, I think that's where August when we started. Again, thanks to PMI Queensland chapter, where they initiated or requested me to start these sessions, and these are going really well. A lot of people are benefiting out of this. So what did we talk in that? Of course, why PMI certification? What is the eligibility for these certificates? And what you're going to benefit out of doing the certificate, PgMP or PfMP, and what benefit organization will gain, because if they are sponsoring your certificate, they should also gain something out of that, some stats and other things. So you please go through that. And as I said, I have shared a link on the chat. Please go through the link and watch that session. Very informative. Actually, that's the foundation chapter. You should definitely watch that. The number 2, this is where we talk about the role of a program, project, portfolio managers. We also talked about the application process and panel review, because a lot of people have confusion around panel review. And please watch that. And if you still have any question, please either put the question here, or or book my time. I will be happy to talk about that. Then talked about some global stats. Number 3, 2 months ago, that's where I talked about exam structure, fees, syllabus analysis, the format of the exam, books and supporting material, lots of information there. Again, you have a link, please watch it. The last session I did, that was from Australia, when I was traveling there, Sydney, Australia. And that's where I talked about exam content outline, the skills you need, and SPM, the standard for program management or portfolio management. And then we also did mock exams. Now here we are, session number 5, and currently I'm Dallas in US at the moment. Back is weather is getting better now, which is good. So we are in October 2023, just for the record. Now, many people ask question, okay, how many questions and what type of questions, and what are the different domains? So if you have not seen exam content outline for PgMP, PfMP, you should. There's a free download from PMI. And this is where you're going to learn that the type of questions, not like the type of question, actually, the number of questions from each domain and each subdomains, if you're talking about program management. So as you can clearly see here, strategy, you're going to see 15% questions, and program life cycle, very, very important area. This is where you're going to see 44% of questions, and that's where 75 questions from the program life cycle, and 11% coming from benefit management, and 16% from stakeholder engagement, and 14% from governance. By the way, when you study for these exams, you should know what domains means. Domains is where the work is done. While your program is moving from, formulation to planning to delivery to to the closure, the work is done in these domains. So when you go through the exam content outline, look at the task you have to do, and look at the SPM for the supporting information. Remember, each and every question is very important. While its numbers are, you can see 75 questions from program life cycle. That doesn't mean you pay less attention to other areas. You pay equal importance to all these domains. Every task in the exam content outline, which is 72 tasks as part of the PgMP exam, you should know each and everything. about the task. If you do join my program, I have a particular strategy how to learn these 72 tasks and how to, recall during the exam. I'm sure you're going to love that part. But these tasks, because people get worried, 72 tasks, Dharam is too many, how to remember, how to memorize. And I don't talk about memorization. I have a particular structure how you going to prepare for these tasks and learn from these tasks. So, talk to me about this, learn about this. Now, similar structure from the for PfMP exam. If you already know what PfMP exam stands for, but PfMP, there are 5 domains, similar to what you've seen in the PgMP. We're talking about strategy, we're talking about governance, we're talking about portfolio performance, which will give you 25% of questions. By the way, from between strategy and performance, you're going to see 50% of questions, and it's good number of questions. And don't underestimate risk and communication. That's giving you 30% of questions. When I was preparing for my exam for PfMP, I was a little bit underestimating these areas. And I thought, look, I have been teaching PgMP and project management, and what else can I expect in risk and issues and communication. And when I started learning from of this domain, realize yes, concept, the basic foundation is still same, but what we are looking here, the scope is different. The portfolio risk management is a little bit different than project and program management, because here we're talking organization strategies, the risk to strategy, risk to organization, risk to operations, communication, not just a project program stakeholder. You have a wider communication. You probably use a dashboard where you can show the required information in the right format. So yeah, please go through the these document exam content outlines are free downloadable. As a member or no member, doesn't matter, you can download them. Okay, so one thing you should do, go to the PMI website and download. If you're preparing for PgMP, then download the PgMP exam content outline or PfMP exam content outline for PfMP. Okay. Now, what is the importance of PMBOK? Very, very important. Just like you have to read the standard for program management for PgMP, standard for portfolio management for PfMP. Similarly, you have to think about PMBOK 7th edition. By the way, as of now, October 2023, what document we're referring, the standard we're referring at the moment, we're talking about standard for program management 4th edition, while 5th edition is in the progress. Sometime back, a draft version was released. It is not finalized yet. It's still yet to be released to the public. I'm hoping maybe somewhere January, February, the 5th edition will come out. And if you're watching this webinar or recording later on, yes, you need to shift your thinking and always go to PMI to see which document is the latest. And if you're in doubt, talk to me or anybody who understands these exams. And PfMP is a little bit confusing. If you have not watched my previous webinars, and the 3rd edition, like standard for portfolio management 4th edition is available on the website, PMI's website, but that is not applicable for the exam as of October 2023. Okay, so you have to get 3rd edition, and if you are in doubt, talk to me about that. Now coming back to PMBOK, why PMBOK is important? Look, a lot of concepts you learn as PMBOK are still valid and applicable at the program level. Okay, so concepts which you learn like earned value management or various organization theories, like motivation theories and the quality management and procurement and a lot of concepts already defined, very well defined in the PMBOK. Okay, my suggestion is yes, 6th edition, 7th edition, both of them are valid. But my suggestion is download the 7th edition because it has what PMI has done. They have put together all the theory, all the methods, model, artifacts at one place. That's chapter number 4. And chapter number 2, especially 2.7, that's where we talk about the domain performance, basically. So you're going to see see information about CPI, SPI, CV, SV, ESE, all this information. Very, very important. Whether you talk PgMP exam, PfMP exam, I can tell you 4 to 5 questions from earned value you're going to see in your exam. All right. So don't underestimate that area. So anyway, so you should, you can use this as a checklist, by the way. And at least this information you should know for your exam. If not more. More is better, of course. Why not? But this much information, whatever I mentioned on this slide, is really important for your PgMP and PfMP exam. All right. Any questions so far? I don't see any questions so far. But anyway, now test format. By the way, exam structure can be different to different people. You cannot expect that. Okay, even if 2 people doing the exam together, they will see the different exam. Actually, this happened only once. These 2 students of mine, they were from Italy, Rome, and they prepared together, and they were sitting in the exam, doing the PgMP exam together on, next to each other. Of course, they were not copying each other, but that happened, and then they shared experience. They had totally different exam, both of them. But general trend, based on my experience, on my students' experience, some question can be a lengthy question, half page or maybe full page. When I did my exam in 2009, actually I have to scroll down to read some of the scenarios. Okay, so how to deal with this lengthy questions, lengthy scenarios? Of course, you need to have fast reading. How can I scan through and get to the right information in the shortest possible time? And of course, we'll talk more in the mentoring program. But be prepared that there can be some lengthy questions. Okay, so maybe 2 to 5 questions like that, maybe more. Who knows? Sometimes people get 10, 15 questions. But I'm giving you general trend. You can expect to see many questions. You will see 5 to 8 lines. That gives you enough to it do take time, but some question can be straightforward. But yes, 5 to 8 is better than half page, 20, 30 lines. There can be many. Don't get worried. Okay, I'm getting lots of lengthy question, but there are one-liner questions as well. Okay, so those one-liner questions can help you to speed up. The problem with one-liner questions, they don't give you too much context, but less to read. And if you are comfortable with the material, and which you should be going through my program, you will get the right answer in the shortest possible time. Some of the question, they look at the question and you probably have answer almost immediately. When I can tell you the experience of the last, 2 of my recent students, one I think September, is from Brisbane, and the recent one day before yesterday, he also passed exam in 2 hours. Another guy, actually third person from US, he passed exam in 2 hours 10 minutes. So you can see that in last 2 months, 3 people have to pass exam in 2 hours, around 2 hours. And again, I'm not asking my student to rush the exam. What I want my student is to be comfortable, don't rush, pay attention. But because you're so comfortable with the material, very easy for you to eliminate the wrong answer, because you are easily say, okay, option A, C are out, and by some more thinking, you can easily eliminate D, then your option. And one of the students said, actually all 3 of them said, around 1 hour, they were able to complete around 100 questions. Anyway, so it depends how prepared you are. So my student, I like to see that they are over prepared. Okay, and so that the exam is not a surprise to you. I encourage you to be doing lots of questions and think from different angle and look from outside of, we talk about outside of box thinking. How can you see the answer from different angle? Don't jump to the conclusion immediately. All right. Sequence-based question. A lot of questions are going to be sequence, understanding the sequence, what comes first, what next, what task, which process, which document. You have to have very good understanding. And EVM, as I said earlier, very important. And many other questions, PMBOK, definitely have to go through that. Now, similar structure you will see as PfMP. Again, no 2 people will get the similar exam, similar questions, but the structure is almost same, as you can see here, but I mean, current exam, which is third edition standard for the portfolio management third edition, it is actually process based. Fourth edition is principle based. When and if and when the exam change based on fourth edition, then maybe you have to think differently. But current exam, you can actually expect to see 15 to 20 question ITTO based. If you remember PMBOK has 49 processes, but in this case, actually there are only 16 processes and only limited tools and techniques and input output. Getting 10, 15, 20 questions is a bonus for you. Anyway, so we'll talk more if you do decide to come to my course. I will make these two exams very, very easy for you. So if you do pass the exam in 2 hours, 2.5 or 3 hours, it's not a surprise. It's kind of given to you that you should, not you should, actually, you will be. All right. What you should do to prepare for your PgMP exam? I mean, there can be many books. As you can see here, some of the I've identified Ginger's book. There's another Ginger's book as you speak, and these are like Dr. Ginger Levine. She has contributed a lot in the project program and portfolio management space. She's no more with us. So as of now, we have the books available based on the fourth edition. If the exam change based on the fifth edition next year, then these books may not be relevant. Don't worry, my app is coming out. I'm hoping to release my app with PgMP and lots of questions, lots of information going to be there. Will be very useful for you. It's not mentioned here, but I'm hoping to release that app with 9 mock exams, with glossary, formulas, all the domains. Actually, when you see that, when I'm talking the domain, the task, I'm actually defining the task and giving example, giving a picture which help you to visualize the task, then some keywords related to the task and some examples related to that, and followed by 5 questions. So having that app itself can make you ready to pass exam. I'm very confident when this app is released, you will find it very, very useful. All right, so other than app, PMBOK 7th edition, standard for program management 4th edition, and if you do take my mentoring program, as of now I'm giving the hard copy of my book, but once the app is out, I probably don't have to give you a hard copy, but yeah, you can still buy it, but a soft copy should be good enough for you. I'm hoping that will be the case. But anyway, yes, so you have to understand this material, and very, very focused learning is required, because there are questions, scenario-based questions. PgMP exam is much harder than PMP exam, but still you're going to pass the exam with flying colors. Of course, that depends how well you are prepared, how much you have done your hard work. So my expectation is, again, depends on type of program you join. After going through this complete reference guide or my book, or watching the video, if you do get the videos, you should have the book with you or the material with you, and standard for program management, the 4th edition or whatever edition available at the time, exam content outline. You have PMBOK with you, and if app is there, then that you will be very happy with that. And all this information you're going to read, watch, and make yourself comfortable. I think if you plan yourself very well, 6 to 8 weeks time is a good enough time for you to study and prepare and pass exam. All right. And of course, you can talk to me. How can I do? What are the things I can do to prepare myself to pass exam? And after working with so many students, so many professionals, I can guarantee you, if you are ready to commit, your success is guaranteed. Yeah. So I hope you can achieve that in a very short time. So what you should do to prepare for PfMP exam, very much similar. Look, both PgMP and PfMP exam, somehow I see them, they're very similar structure. The exam fees and, instead of program, 4-year program management experience, here you have to talk about the 4 years portfolio experience. And the books are all same. My material almost, similar to what I have for PgMP. So, and the thing is that when you go through my PgMP and go through for pass the PgMP exam, I recommend my student to immediately get into PfMP and get it done. Both exams can be done in 2 to 4 months. I've seen that happening. So don't these two difficult exams. Yes, these exams can be done in 2 to 4 months altogether. And talk to me how I'm going to help you with getting the application out and prepare for this exam. All right. So yeah, concept has to be clear. The task has to be there. You can see as of now, Dr. Ginger's book is available with questions, and after my PgMP app is out, I will be releasing PMP. Actually, PgMP and PMP app is coming out almost together, and PfMP app I'm targeting in a 1 month time. I think I'm very positive about that. It will be ready. So that will have all this, the slides I have. It has the videos from the class. It has question banks and formulas, and all the glossary of terms and practice test. Not only mock exam but practice test. And it has chat service available, so you can chat with me and chat with other people on the app, using app. And you can study plan. I will have a separate webinar or video for talking about the app, but I just want to make sure you are aware of that. And ask me, when Dharam, and actually more pressure I have, I'm most likely to release faster. So ask me when Dharam, when the app is coming out. Actually, many people are waiting eagerly for these apps. Study tips, very similar to what I mentioned for PgMP. As I said, both of them similar structure, and you'll find similar patterns. So that's why I'm saying I'm very confident. If you do one exam, the second exam can be done within 1 month or 1.5 months. I'm very confident about that. All right, because the structure is similar, and the knowledge you gain in one exam for program management is simple. You're going to, on top of it, you can add some additional information, some knowledge, but you need to start looking from the portfolio manager's point of view, and you will be ready to pass exam, PfMP exam very, very soon. By the way, I'm maintaining 99.08% pass rate in PfMP. Until the last year, I was maintaining 100%. Yes, how long I can keep the 100% was the question. But yes, first 100 people actually passed with 100% pass rate. Yes, I like to maintain at least 98, 99%, is very good. Anyway, I'm not. That's good to know. All right. Of course, focus. Look on the SPM, the standard for program in 3rd edition, not the 4th edition. If you're doing the exam now or the next 3, 4, 6 months, there's no information at the moment when PMI is going to change the exam for PfMP. So until this announcement happens, keep an eye on PMI's communications or PMI website, and don't just download the latest document. Please talk to me if you are in doubt. People go to the website and download the 4th edition, and they prepare hard, and then they come back. Dharam, I don't know. I know the 4th edition in and out, but I still fail. What happened? Because you are reading the 4th edition, not the 3rd edition. So you have to download the document which is applicable. Yes, you can say why PMI is maintaining 2 documents. I did have a lot of argument with PMI about this. I don't want to talk about that. But yes, if you're in doubt, talk to me. Dharam, which document, which standard should I read? Okay, and it's a simple question. You can send me an email or book my time. Happy to talk about that. Okay, and when you go through the practice question, you identify weak areas and you build up your knowledge around that. Why you got wrong, what you can do to get them right. The more question you're going to do, again, wait for my app. App is going to change the world. Exam becoming more and more easy for you. What should you do to prepare for exam? Of course, you're going to complete that application. So for both exam, application is very, very important. Okay, so and if you're in doubt, of course, one of the webinars, which are session I've talked about. I did talk about in detail about application process. I think possibly that was in actually session number 2. Go and watch the session number 2. You're going to learn how to put together application. And if you're in doubt, of course, you can seek my guidance or my services on the application part. So once look, there are 2 stages for the application. First, when you complete the application, you submit the application. At this stage, you don't pay any fees. And PMI will review your application from completeness point of view. Have you completed each and every field within the application? And have you written the required number of words? At this stage, they are very particular about the program description or portfolio description, depends on what application we're talking. And the application, the description should be very well structured and talk about how your program or portfolio was aligned with the organization and what exactly you did. Don't talk too much about your role. For role, there are 5 questions to talk about. But here the focus is on the program or portfolio experience. Okay. As a part of the app, you will see some more information as well. So once you pass the panel review, actually, once you complete the initial review, PMI will send an email or look at the PMI portal. Actually, I will ask you to, once submit the application, keep an eye on the portal, because I don't trust application. The email. Some of the email can go to the junk folder, and which you don't know, and if you don't check junk folder regularly, you may be waiting for that email from PMI. Or sometimes the email come much later than our portal has already changed the status. So keep an eye on the portal. And by the way, the email sent out by PMI at this stage, or the information shared by PMI on the portal, very misleading. It says you have now 365 days to complete the exam, and you can book the exam. And at the bottom, they're saying you can pay the fees. Many people, they get excited, right? Dharam, my application approved. And okay, I asked them simple question: have you paid the fees? Oh, no, I will pay the fees when I'm ready to take the exam. No, exam is far away, because panel review will start only once you pay the fees. So do one thing, pay the fees as soon as possible, because panel review can take another 1 to 2 months. So look at the message clearly. Don't assume that because the message is saying you're eligible for exam 365 days, but look at the message clearly. This is at the bottom. It is telling you to pay the fees. Without paying the fees, you cannot get to the panel review. Without passing the panel review, you cannot get to the exam. And that is a frustrating experience when you know that when you thought that exam, you're ready for exam, then you're like, okay, I'm ready to pay. Then you have to wait for 2 months. Okay, so once you pass the panel review, you have 3 attempts and 1 year time to do your exam. Okay, 1 year, and make sure because sometimes people think that Dharam, I have lots of time. I have 1 year time. I just completed my application, and time flies very fast. You realize that, hey, now Dharam, I have only 10 days to go. What to do? Yes, please don't let go this hard work of the application. I've seen that people, Dharam, now it's too late. I cannot find my time at all. I'm a very busy person. I will do it again, application again next year. Because one is you already lost the money, what you paid to PMI, and you probably never going to come back to do this exam because you already lost the money. Look, I don't have this money. So please keep an eye on the time. And if you fail the exam, my students generally don't have to worry about that because they will pass the exam in first attempt. If you do fail, you have 2 more attempts left within the same application. But what happens if you fail all the 3 attempts or you finished 1 year? You have to wait 1 year to do the application again. 1 year, 365 days, wait, then you can reapply. I don't know why, but this is the process at the moment. Don't let your exam eligibility go. If you're in doubt, let's say if you're about to finish eligibility, talk to me. I will give you some suggestion. I will probably talk to you how you can approach to PMI to get extension. Okay, I've got extension to many people. So if I have any questions around that, as of now, I have a relationship with PMI. I will help you and guide you how to get extension if you need to. Okay. All right. So exam is 4-hour exam, by the way. I've been talking 2.5 hours. This is the result for my student, but exam is 4 hours, 170 questions, all multiple choice question at this stage. One question has 4 options and 1 option correct. No negative marking. Yeah, no negative marking. So you can blindly say B, B, B or C, C. No, I don't want you to do that. Of course, you have to prepare hard, and you know, you try to score above target result. All right. So yeah, we can talk about, you know, what to do and what you should do to earn the PgMP and PfMP of credentials, of course. And that's one is you already attending this kind of webinars that helps you to be ready. So reach out to the people who have accomplished these certificates, you know, and look at the LinkedIn. There are many people available. They have done the certificate and they can actually guide you. And if you come to me, I will be very happy to help you out. Just like 471 PgMPs and 122 PfMPs, you can be one of the, you know, student or the professional who has completed the exam in the record time. No, I'm not looking to make another record. I want you to pass the exam. Okay, don't say that I'm going to put extra pressure. I'm not putting any extra pressure. You will be very comfortable to pass the exam in record time. All right, you come back, Dharam, 2.5 hours, smash the exam. Anyway, so that's what my my students are doing. Whether you should do or not, I don't want to put in that pressure environment. So watch the, you know, there are lots of people have posted their testimonies and you know, lesson learned on LinkedIn. Please watch them, read them, and if you can go to my YouTube channel, you will find a lot of recordings of my previous students, how they got the PgMP and what they did. Of course, my webinars, other than these webinars, I'm also running webinar with my students, especially the PgMP PfMP. I invite them, talk about their experience, not a PgMP only or PfMP only, but their experience as doing the, you know, job. Okay, so I think there are more than 200 webinars recorded available on YouTube. Some of them can give you even PDUs, and look for the you know, recording which was recorded last 1 year. Most likely you can earn 1 PDU. I'm not saying all of them, but most likely you can get 1 PDU as well. So why not learn? Because they all these free available information. My journey, my intention is to create a very big knowledge pool where you and your next generation or many generation can keep learning from these free information, and you may contribute to this knowledge pool anyway. So if you say, Dharam, actually many people when pass exams say, Dharam, I want you to contribute to the knowledge pool. When can I have session? As of now, by March, after March, the blocks, you know, all the slots are taken. Actually, next I have to see the date, but mid of, I think 19th of October, something like that. I don't know the exact date, but I'm inviting and this lady from US, and she will talk about her experience as PgMP as well as number of questions she has to go through, which I'm going to interview her. Be ready to watch that. Okay, so keep an eye on the LinkedIn post, and you will find not only this upcoming webinars and future webinars. Yeah, lots of people have done good job in, you know, sharing their information. Please learn from them. How to check if you are ready for the exam? Yes, when you do the mock exam, and hopefully, as I said, my app is going to be ready in next few days and month for PfMP. Use these apps and doing the mock exams and learn from them and test yourself out. Don't just do the exam without let me do 10 exam, you know, 5 exam or 10 exam. No, before you do the mock exam, you should prepare, you should read, you should learn. Okay, and then you test yourself out using mock exam. My expectation is around 70% scoring from these mock exams. That gives you, and if you can maintain the consistency, that will be good. And by the way, each exam can be different. If you do Dr. Ginger's exam, I think 60-65% good enough. Some exam of mine, maybe you need 80%. Some exam of mine, maybe you need 70% or something. Okay, so but you need to know And don't get disheartened because you're not getting expected score. Getting bad score at this stage can be a blessing to you, because that gives you opportunity to learn from your mistake. The problem happens when you download a free exam available on internet. Somebody say, okay, I'm just take one free exam. And if you know, some of these exams are very badly written. Some of the exams are converted from PMP exam. And, you know, you may feel that I'm scoring 90%, 99%, but that can be misleading for you. The person who passed, last person, actually 2 days ago, this person from India has passed exam. He came to me after first attempt, and he did the same mistake. He gone through the, you know, Udemy and or other website where he downloaded very cheap and, you know, free exams, and he said, Dharam, you know, my intention was to pass exam as soon as possible with the lowest investment. He ended up spending more money, paying my fees and paying PMI another whatever money he has to pay for, you know, $600, $800. And but the good news is he passed the exam after 6 weeks of working with me, and all about target, 5 out of 5 about target, and in 2 hours, finishing in 2 hours. So he was very diligent. He was paying full attention to in the class, and we were very ready. And I know that he was going to pass exam. So out of the group of 5 people, which finished 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago actually, 3 of them already passed exam. 3 of them already passed exam. One of the person application approved, he is delaying because he has other exams to go through. And the 5th person is still working the application. But anyway, everybody has a different journey. But I'm very happy 3 out of 5 were done within 3 weeks of the finish of the course. I like to see that you are ready and very ready to pass exam. So doing the mock exam can help you use your, you know, good exam question banks. My mock exam, I can guarantee that you will give you very good value for money. And consistency, as I said, consistency is very important. Any questions so far? I don't see any questions so far. But anyway, I'll keep talking. So another important thing is how to stay positive and pass the exam in your first attempt. Of course, no substitute of studying hard. You have to study hard, or rather study smart. I've seen people working many years and they still go to exam and fail the exam. It's not about what you study, how you prepare. It's also how you ready for the, you know, get ready for the exam. And part of my program, as of now, I'm also offering 1 hour free session, actually part of the session, where I'm going to discuss about your readiness. I'm going to talk about some questions, some topics, and you have opportunity to ask me questions. I call it exam strategy session. Very important for you to, if you're doing my program, you should book my time. As soon as you know the exam date, you should let me know that my exam is booked. Can you give me a slot? Generally, I'm expecting 7 days to 10 days of the exam. We're going to talk and what to do in the remaining time, and what to do in the last 48 hours, last 24 hours, last night, morning of the exam, what to do during the exam, when to take a break. I like to talk each and everything, what to take, what to eat, what not to eat, what to drink, how much, you know. I go crazy on that. I want to make sure that you focus on the exam rather than worrying about the exam. And I also put my hat as a yoga teacher, and I want to feel that you are stress-free during the exam. So I will recommend you to take the last day very easy. Many people think, no, Dharam, this is my last day. I want to put everything. No, I want you to be prepared before the last day. I want you to take the last day very calm and, you know, things you are not done for the last 3 months, spending time with your kids, with your family, go out, yes, watch TV, relax. Because when you relax, when you do the exam, and when you, even if you see the lengthy question, difficult question, complex question, you can navigate through that question very easily. But if you're stressed, and if you are coming from computer science, you know, learning of the computer science, they talk about IO channel, input output channel. If your IO channel is very congested, you cannot see through the question easily. Even if the question can be very straightforward, but you are under stress, a lot of pressure on you, you're going to make mistakes, unwanted mistakes, and that's where a lot of people fail the exam. I wanted to go to the exam with stress-free, with the calm and control. And actually, I asked you then a 15-minute time. When you have 15-minute time before exam, I want you to take at least 5 minutes out of that to calm down, relax, close your eyes, focus on breathing. All right. So other tips you can say, understanding, pick your right mentor, ATP, authorized training partners, yeah, and strength and weakness and all these things, very important. But yeah, so when my students go to the exam, why they're getting 2 hour, 2.5 hour exam and passing the exam? Because they are under control. Yes, studying, doing mock exam, very important. But the last night they slept very well, wake up in the morning and go to the exam feeling very comfortable. Right? Okay. Test taking suggestion. Of course, you read the question carefully because time is very important. Some of the lengthy question, of course, you scan through the question and look at all the options carefully. All the options, not just okay. I think A is correct because I see all the But make sure you read B, C, and D. Maybe B is better than A, or C is better than other options. Okay, and confirm that you're definitely saying B. B means yeah, that's my answer. Sometimes people think that I got the answer, but accidentally instead of picking B, you pick C or D. Happens. Yeah, so use your time carefully, and if you get of course some lengthy question or some table question, some of the concept you don't know, but don't pay too much, don't keep spending time. Mark it for review and move on. And by the way, if you join my program, I will talk about all this test taking suggestion before the exam, so that all this information fresh to you at the time. Okay. So numbers for you as of now, PgMP 4847 is still less than 5,000 guys, less than 5,000 PgMPs, which is can be good accomplishment for you. PfMP even around 1,500 guys. You have to get started. These certificates give you differentiation. So from lots of people have done PMP, almost 1.4, 1.5 million people have done PMP, and having PgMP and PfMP will give you differentiation and will help you to do your interviews better, to do your job better. And you should not be surprised if you get picked for, you get headhunted by the recruiters or the companies. And this is my contribution. Of course, many people have trusted me in the journey, and I'm happy that numbers are growing. So this is another slide. You can see how the growth is happening. You can see 334 PgMP in 2020. Now, as you can see, as of now, 2023, we already much more than 616, 737. I think you should not be surprised if you see 800, 900, up to 1,000 PgMP in this year. So this is showing the numbers are growing very fast. Okay, initial first 5-6 years, I was seeing 100, 150 PgMPs, and similar journey for PfMP. Now you can see the PfMP is also growing. Still at the early stage of the what I've seen for PgMP journey, still under 200 PfMPs, by the way. I think this year I'm hoping to see 225, 250 PfMPs, and maybe you are one of them. Why not? All right, let's find out if you're going to be one of them. I have a few questions for you, PgMP and PfMP, and let's go through them. And I will read the question. My first question is, the program sponsor informed the program manager that organization structure has changed from functional to a projectized matrix. Given this information, what should the program manager do next? Work with function manager to reassign the resource responsibility to the project managers, or review risk management, work with the function managers and to reassign resource responsibilities, budget ownership to the project managers, and the fourth option is review resource plan. Anyway, so giving back the answer here, answer for this is C for Charlie. Between, let's eliminate. Why not B, review risk management? there can be risk, but actually this is a good thing happening for your program, from organization moving from functional to projectized. In projectized environment, you are in very more control with your budget, time, and responsibilities. Review risk management. If it is saying if review risk, probably yes. But what is the question talking review risk management? Not really. Review resource plan. Yes, resources, because the thing is that here the responsibility is not changing. Responsibility changing, but resource allocation not changing. Do you have to review the resource plan? Probably yes. But the intention of this question is to understand, do you understand the difference between functional and projectized? And between A and C, C is better answer. Right? Please put your, comments on the chat, whether you like it or not like it. And you can ask me question at the moment. Anyway, I will move on to the next question. Various forms of analysis that may be used to assess the validity of business case and program and plan. Your focus, evaluation, analysis of the potentials of the proposed program against the risk and issue, financial and resource constraint. The question is asking what analysis, what is this analysis called? Okay, whether it's feasibility study, comparative advantage analysis, SWOT analysis, risk analysis. Okay, your time starts now. All right, so the answer for this is actually feasibility study. And why feasibility? Is actually definition of feasibility, because we are assessing the the proposal or evaluation against various constraints. It's not only risk analysis. It is you're analyzing against the risk and issues. You're looking the financial constraint, how much money you have. You're looking the available resources. So this is not just risk analysis. It's not comparative advantage analysis. It's not SWOT analysis. This is feasibility study. Right. Next question. Business value is a concept that is unique to each organization. Business value is defined as the entire value of the organization, the total sum of tangible and intangible elements. Which is the example of tangible elements? Whether it's stakeholder equity, brand recognition, public benefit, trademark. All right, your time starts now. All right, I can see and more people participating. Good, thank you. So answer for this is actually stakeholder equity. So something which we can measure easily or touch and feel, that is a tangible element. Stakeholder equity, something you can increase the stakeholder equity. That is actually tangible. Brand recognition, if you're running a program with improving the brand, it's difficult to measure. Yes, you have to do this kind of program, but not easy to measure. Public benefits, yeah, in a way, depends on, it can be tangible, it can be intangible. Always look for the answer which is very, which you feel very, with there is no ambiguity. Okay, trademark is again another one where, improving trademark, yes, it's like a brand recognition. The correct answer is A. All right, next question is, okay, portfolio management is accomplished through process using relevant knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques that receive input and generate output. What do you understand by process? I think this is a very straightforward question. Please participate. A process is a set of interrelated items and activities. Process is a set of interrelated actions and activities. Process is a set of interrelated projects and activities. Process is a set of interrelated actions and projects. All right, your time starts now. So process, when we talk about process, let's say the process of making cake, yes, you need to have input, output, lots of actions and activity happening in that. The correct answer is B for boy. So you cannot have project within the process, guys. That's a silly, I don't want to say silly answer, but you cannot have a project within process. Okay, so correct answer is B. I can see Many people got it right. Many people. Thank you. So this is my set of questions. I hope you liked it, and and feel free to ask me questions. Dharam, I didn't like this option. Why are you saying this? Happy to talk about that. I have few questions, frequently asked questions, and if you can please, if you have your FAQs, Dharam, I really want to talk. Put it on. So, what's your experience with program charter? First of all, let's understand what program charter is. Program chart is a legal document, the first legal document where business and program team signs together. Okay, here we agreeing to what we're going to deliver as part of the program. Very important. Yes, if you want to learn technical jargons and all kind of, that's where you're going to go look at standards for program management. But to simplify your learning, let me tell you what program charter actually means. And I give you very simple example, especially when you come to my class. I do talk about simple, easy to understand examples. So let's say if I come to you to build my house, 2-story house with this feature, that features, these benefits. This is me coming to you as a business. Your business come to you, rather go to the portfolio manager to talk about, okay, I need a program manager who can help me with this. Yeah, in this case, I'm coming to you. You are my sales. You are my program manager who want to build my house. Now, after doing some assessment analysis, you're going to come back to me with a contract and proposal, basically proposal and contract. And when we sign the contract you can replace easily by a charter. That is what going to be a legal document between you and me, you as a program manager and your sponsor and sponsor organization. It has because it's early stage, you don't have time to do lots of detailed work. You do just enough work to help you to understand what is expected from the program and how we're going to deliver. So especially from exam point of view, if there's any doubt about the scope, about the benefit, what to do, what not to do, this document is this is where you have to come. Okay, if you understood this, you're going to get 3 or 4 questions easily right from the program management point of view. By the way, project charter and portfolio charter are the similar line. All right, this is my, I want to make sure this is understood. I don't know if you understood it or not, but charter is just a simple agreement between program team and the business. Is it making sense? Yeah. Yeah, please put it on question by. Yeah, Dharam, great. No, I don't like it. It's so simplified. Anyway, my other question is, how do you properly define document and control the goals for each program that you execute? Okay, documents, because and we already start talking about charter. You need to make sure the requirements are clearly identified. You have to have the right business analyst or somebody who can extract the information requirements and understand it and evaluate them and help you to build your program charter or portfolio charter or project charter, whatever document you're doing, and define the scope, have defined the WBS, work breakdown structure, when define what work package or program package if you're talking at the program level, and do the estimation, required estimation, budget estimation, resource estimation, time estimation, and build your planning documents, very comprehensive documents, and keep an eye on the strategic alignment. And when you're executing, use your program management plan to execute the program, keeping an eye on the measurement, the criteria, the control points, and keeping your team intact, motivated, excited, and get the results done for your program, for your organization. So your job as a program manager is to deliver the benefits, not just delivering the output and outcome. As a program manager, you're delivering the benefit. Make sure your benefit management plan is there, benefit register is there, and you're going to keep your stakeholder informed about what is happening in your program. Okay, I hope I'm giving you enough information for you to learn. And it's not only think from the exam point of view, the generic information, how to ensure that my program, project, and portfolio I'm going to deliver. So documentation is one thing PMI expect. I'm not talking about agile or non-agile. Don't worry about this. Even agile, people do talk about, hey, Dharam, no, we don't talk about documentation. You still have to do minimum documentation. But of course, if you're running mega $1 billion work, you cannot shy away from the documentation. And rather, you need to do more documentation to satisfy the regulatory requirement, to satisfy the audit purpose, and of course, to manage your program more effectively. All right. My next question is, and how do you keep up with the program management industry trends? Guys, very important to keep an eye on the upcoming trends. There are lots of change happening within organization, within countries, and technology is changing very fast. So if you keep an eye on the LinkedIn, if you join your local chapter events and listen to the podcasts like these, and read the right magazine, information on the internet, right information, and keep an eye on that. What trends, and if you look at carefully, Australia is looking for lots of professionals, especially in areas like infrastructure and lots of development happening. Some technical skills are required, power skills are required. So you should not be surprised if you see a lot of immigration. Australia becoming more lenient towards the right skills. Because Australia, I can talk more about Australia because I'm an Australian citizen, and I've spent 22 years in Australia. Australia is very picky, and they pick for the right resource, the right people. So if you have skills, and you can be right person for migration to this country. Asia Pacific, lots of work is happening in Asia Pacific: pharmaceutical, healthcare, energy sector, fintech. Keep an eye on that, especially now AI, machine learning, chat GPT, all booming. China, while facing economic situation, many countries are facing that way, but still looking for resources in construction industry or oil. I don't say, if you're working for looking in the Middle East, yes, construction is lots of construction happening, lots of work is happening in the oil and gas industry. And in the US, yes, a lot of requirements are coming up because of new development happening with many organizations. So my suggestion to you is, guys, keep an eye on go to the web. If you can afford, you can go to the PMI global conference or local chapter meetings and listen to the right people. There are lots of people who are sharing the knowledge and experience, and watch what is changing in the industry. What new skills you have to build. All right. I hope I have given you enough for this question. And yes, next session, not far away, a month away. So, 6th session, we'll talk about career, skills, AI opportunities, and more about that. So register yourself and join the session. Happy to add more and more value to you. What can you expect in the session number 6? We'll do future about the program and portfolio management, career, salary analysis, needs of the skills, what skills do you need, impact and the benefit of artificial intelligence. Yep, very important area, and scope and opportunities for program PgMP and PfMP, and many other things. And these kind of questions, you will have an opportunity to question with me. And yeah, and what else? So the date, please take a note of date at the moment: 3rd of November, 8th of December. I think we need to work on the 5th of January because I will be traveling. Most likely I will be traveling. So that date has to be changed. So I have to work with the team, and yeah, keep an eye on the LinkedIn post where you can learn from what program coming up. But if you have not watched, please watch the previous webinars, previous sessions, recordings. A lot to learn from them. And how to contact me? Yep, you can connect with me via WhatsApp. The number you see on the link here, actually, you can message me on WhatsApp. You can book my time. Go to my website. You can book my time, and you can see me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and many other places. All right. Thank you for participating. Take care, guys. Bye.